know. Let me know you're here. Lots of giveaways if you want to do it. Well, hello there folks, welcome back to The Whisky Friend with me, Alan. Another brand new week. Yes, it's another brand new video. Today I'm doing something rather special. I've dipped into my collection. This is one of the very first bottles that I ever bought at auction. I must have bought this 10 years ago. It's known as the illegal whiskey, the banned whiskey. I'll come on a little bit later to tell you all about that. But just before I crack on with the whiskey, guys, just a little bit of housekeeping to take care of. If you're a returning subscriber, then thank you very much and welcome back. If you're watching for the first time and whiskey's your thing, then you've landed on the right channel. You may want to consider clicking that bell. Keeps you updated for future notifications for any time I'm putting out a new video. You can contact me on Facebook, Twitter, and I've just recently went on to Patreon. So if you fancy having a look, guys, you can check me out on all those platforms. So anyway, let's go on to the whiskey because that's why we're here. This bottle, let me just pour a little bit while I crack on with a little bit. Yeah, I bought this bottle, must have been 10 years ago. There was a big fuss kicking around about it. This was bottled in 2005. So yeah, Compass Box wasn't then what it is today. It was relatively young then, so it was trying out new things. John Glaser had this idea of taking old kind of tired casks and going out and searching for really good wood. So he's went around and he's searched the world and he's found the top-notch, top quality wood. He's found these forests when the wood was about 195 years old. They had the idea from the winemakers back in the day, so all the top wines had top-notch quality wood in it. So obviously Compass Box have said, why don't we do this with whiskey? So what they've went out and sourced this super wood. The idea is that it brings in lots and lots of flavour. The better the wood, the better the flavour, and it's rejuvenated some old casks at the same time. So this was the idea they had. They put what's called as a kind of flat stave, like an inner stave in the inside of the barrel. Just taking the whiskey, then the spirit can then get in really into this wood, and it obviously impacts in much more flavour. Hopefully we'll come on to discuss that later. But yeah, that's the idea. But it fell on the ears of the Scotch Whisky Association, the SWA, who contacted Compass Box and said that they didn't think that it was the technique and the process that Compass Box was using was in what their eyes was traditional maturations. So they actually asked Compass Box to stop producing this bottle. So Compass Box obviously went on for a little bit, back and forwards, trying to push their case. And actually it went on that long that they actually managed to get a batch 2 out. This batch 1 has the little rose on the side there. That's how you know which one is the batch 1. The batch 2 doesn't have the rose. These bottles actually sold out within about 5 weeks of it being released, which was fantastic. And then obviously the batch 2, because there was such a furore and it was all over the press, it was all over the news, the actual batch 2 sold out before it was even bottled. It was pre-ordered and it was pre-sold, which was fantastic. So then obviously after all the time, the back and forward, the legal cases and all that, Compass Box decided, yeah, we can't do it. So they actually stopped this. So it became a banned bottle, it became the illegal whiskey, and the rest is history. It's become very collectible. As I say, I've had it in my collection for about 10 years. Opened it up recently when I hit my 1,000 subscriber live stream, and I've been enjoying it ever since. It was bottled at 46%, natural colour and non-chill filtered. And it just shows, even then, this has gone back to 2005, that Compass Box were right on the ball as regards with the presentation. This, at the time when it was released, was about £30 a bottle, which is phenomenal price. Now that I've opened this, guys, I've got a sorry gap in my shelf now. So the collector in me, the whiskey geek, the fanatical whiskey man, it's that gap is kind of shouting out at me, so I'm going to try and pick up another one. I'm going to chase down another one of these, but I dread to think what it's going to cost me to get a hold of one of these, but I'm going to try and replace this bottle. I'll keep you updated in future videos of how I got on with that. So what I'm going to do today, guys, I'm going to nose it, taste it, give it a score, and hopefully that's us. So without any further ado, guys, I'm just going to crack on with the nose of this bottle and let you know how it is. This is just purely me, guys. I think it's a bottle. A lot of people are saying whether it's worth doing this as a video, but I think this bottle deserves a review. It deserves it along against everything else that's on the shelf. I know it's going to be tough to get a hold of, but there is a few of them out there, so if you really wanted to chase one of these down, then they are out there. But this review is purely just to let people know what this bottle tastes like, and how it compares really to the current Spice Tree. So I'll give you a little touch on that as well. Okay, let's nose it. Wow. It's really fruity on the nose. Definitely, as you would know, there's some spice there, but it's very toffeed. It's honeyed, real nice honey note. But it's light, clean, fruity. There's a little confectionery note there, guys. It's a little kind of candied sweetness. But then it comes in, it's really aromatic. It's got an unusual kind of taste, an unusual kind of smell to it. Real nice. Lovely on the nose, it's complex. But then comes once you get past the fruitiness and the sweetness, it goes a little bit savoury. Yeah, then the spices start to kick in. There's nutmeg, there's ginger, clove, cinnamon, wow, they're all there. Cardamom, wow. But again, on the nose, guys, it's quite floral as well, so it's like a kind of flower basket. I'm thinking maybe some lilies, and then there's a little touch of fruit there, which is possibly, I'm thinking it's maybe strawberry, raspberry. It's like kind of berries, but it's juicy sweetness mixed with the savoury, which I think is fantastic. The balance is wonderful between all of that, the sweetness, the savoury, the spice, the wood, and it's quite woody. It smells woody on the nose, which you would expect from these fantastic inner staves. But it's a really complex and engaging nose, guys. It's wonderful on the nose. You could really spend some time with this. Yeah, no, I had a big decision to make, guys, when I decided whether I was going to open this. I had a real tug on my heartstrings because I've become quite attached to this bottle. As I say, it was one of the very early bottles that I actually managed to get a hold of in my early days. But it's open now. It's there for reviewing, it's there for sharing, it's there for drinking. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, guys. On the taste, Slange. Colour, actually, it looks absolutely fantastic in colour. It's got some nice legs on there. Don't know if you can pick those legs up, but yeah, it's fantastic stuff. But let's taste it. Slange. Wow. What's so special about this bottle? I'll tell you. It's bags and bags of flavour. It's intense. It's powerful. Don't get me wrong, guys, it's only 46% ABV, but it's powerful, it's full flavoured. It's a beautiful oily texture. Fantastic mouthfeel. But then, it's intense on arrival. And it builds and builds, it becomes more powerful, and then the spice kicks in. So I think the hot is a little bit hot on the first initial taste, but I think that's due to the spiciness. See, all those spices kick in, the cardamom, the cinnamon, the ginger, the clove, yeah, they're all there. But mixed with that, it's a bit woody. It's wood rich. It's quite grainy as well. Wow. Again, it's just as complex on the palate as it is on the nose, guys. What I'm finding with the difference on the first sip from the palate, from the nose, is that it's not as fruity on the palate, and it's maybe not as sweet. It's a little bit more savoury on the palate than it is on the nose. But let's try some more. Okay, on that second sip, folks, it's wonderful that honey's there, the toffee's there. It's still spicy. The spices throughout, hence the spice tree. Wow. See, yeah, that honey, toffee, woody, cardamom strong. There's a little bit of the fruit is a little bit there in the background. Pretty sure it's strawberry, raspberry, maybe a little bit of apple and a little bit of pear. Wow, but it's very spicy, very oaky, very woody. There's a touch of green herb, maybe some parsley or sage. And then as it heads towards the finish, see, this is beautifully balanced. It's heading towards the finish. It's becoming a little bit, there's definitely a little bit maybe of smoke, maybe tobacco, a bit of tobacco, a bit of leather. Wow, really, really complex. When this came out, guys, I'd say it was about £30 a bottle, but this is phenomenal whiskey for £30. If you were to compare that to whiskey today, you would never, I don't think you would ever get whiskey of this quality for that kind of money. It's just super stuff. And a big hands off to Compass Box. I did reach out to the guys at Compass Box to see if I could find any info on this box. It was a little on this bottle. It was a little bit difficult at the beginning. Jill, the brand ambassador, got back to me and said they needed a little bit more time. They had to check out and look back into their archives, but they have come back to me and they've sent me some little information, all the bits about the wine and the casks and all that sort of information. Not much in what's actually in it, but on that taste, it's a little bit waxy, so it tastes a little bit Highland. So I know Compass Box are predominantly famous with having lots of Clynelish, and I'm pretty sure there's Clynelish in here as well as a big part of this. I reckon the bottles in this are around about 10 years old. Predominantly first fill barrels, and then they've been aged in a second maturation with those. There's inner staves which have caused all the controversy, but it's worked wonders with this. This is just phenomenal. The flavour is intense, the flavour is absolutely fantastic. It's just a wonderful whiskey. Glad to know that obviously Compass Box then gave in, decided to retweak how they were going to do the new spice tree, and I'm glad to see the new spice trees out there. They've retweaked the barrel heads rather than the barrel staves, so that seems to have gone down okay. So that one is now out in the public, and it's a great £38 a bottle. Again, it's fantastic value. The difference between this one and the current spice tree is, I think the spice tree, the current one is still spicy. It's not nearly as spicy as this. The current one's a little bit more fruity, whereas this is a little bit more savoury on the palate. And I just think out of the two, this is my favourite of the two. Sentimental values in there as well, but head to head with these two whiskies, I have compared them. I do just prefer the original spice tree to the new one. Don't get me wrong, the new one's fantastic and it's great value for money, and it's just another one of those great things that Compass Box is doing. But let's do a little bit more in this, guys. Let's kind of see if we can find anything else. As it's developing, guys, there's a little bit of nutty, the nutties there, bit of marzipan, that toffee strong, everything's strong. Toffee strong, spicy strong, wood strong. Maybe a little bit of the toffee and the honey are great. The fruit's coming a little bit more as it develops. It's getting a little bit more fruity. And then you've got that beautiful kind of tobacco note just lingering around in the background. Touch of leather. Super, super, super dram. Let's do a little bit for the finish, guys, and I'll conclude. And I'll give it a score. Just before I get the finish, guys, there's a little bit of cereal, a little bit of biscuit coming in there as well. So there's lots and lots in this glass. It's a busy, busy whiskey. But on the finish, it's dominated. The spices throughout, it's all balanced around the spice. The fruit pops in, the toffee pops in, the honey pops in. It's wonderful, but the spice is the thing that's holding it all together. It lingers, it's long lasting, it's a long finish. But it's honeyed, it's savoured. Maybe a little bit of coffee there now as well. Tobacco, coffee, and a touch of fruit on the end. But yeah, no, it's a fantastic, this is a real fantastic dram, guys. I don't know if you've ever had the chance to try it. I'm going to find it difficult to share this, but what I'm planning to do, guys, obviously as a homage to this whiskey, I'm going to drop 3 samples. So if you would like a sample of this whiskey, just drop a comment down below. Don't forget to like. Drop a comment down below, samples please. And I'm going to send out 3 samples, 3 individual samples. As long as I can send the whiskey to wherever you are, then I've got no hassles doing that. I just love for people to try this whiskey. So that's what I'll do with that one. Score wise, wonderful. I'm really being treated to some great whiskey in 2020. My score on this one, taking into how hard it is to get a hold of, I'll have to deduct a couple of points. But just on the quality of the bottle, if I was reviewing this as a current day whiskey, I'd review this as a 90 out of 100. It's that good. And considering it was £30 when it came out, it would have been fantastic. If you've managed to buy up a few of these when they came out at £30 and you've still got a hold of them, you've got some money in the bank there, folks. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much me, I think. I'm Alan, I'm the Whiskey Friend. Don't forget, guys, to do those likes, thumbs ups, drop your comments down below. Check me out on Facebook, check me out on Twitter, check me out on Patreon. Have a look through my Patreon page, guys. I'd love you to do that. And until the next time, I'll see you all in the next one. I'm Alan, and as always, the pleasure is in the sharing. Thank you very much.